Hello. Welcome back to the rogue leveling. Last time we leveled to level 10. I still have to spend the talent though. And I think there should be some mail with bags from Bob. Let's see. 10 slot bag, which is cool, but I can't carry it. How do we solve this? Maybe I can delete some of the linen, the bandage, or sell it, craft some new. And I can just get it back, actually. Next level place. Wow. Level 44. That's optimistic. Thanks a lot. So I have some bags for the bank now, which is nice. Not empty. Okay. There we go. Hello, Postboy. I'm just leveling this character on stream entirely, so it's gonna be slow, yes, since I only play like 1 or 2 hour sessions. Got a bit of a cold. That's what happens in the new year, I guess. Good, so let's pick a talent now. I don't necessarily want to go with the most efficient way, but rather pick something that looks fun. But I cannot really use these while solo leveling, so probably not going down the subtlety tree. I think gotta check out Assassination. Assassination has some good talents to start with, like this one, Remorseless Attacks. At least it feels like good talent. I'm nowhere near a rogue expert. Hello, Minato. Happy New Year. After killing an opponent, I might take this one, or go in combat anyway, and go all the way down in combat, and then probably take this one. Berry is good to get, and Riposte is good too, so let me see. If we take Remorseless Attacks, we can go this, and then we're kinda stuck. Is it worth going Remorseless Attacks first and then after it just go into combat? Or would it be better to skip Remorseless Attacks entirely. Don't think it's worth to go into assassination too deep, but maybe just those two. Maybe this one. And stop there. But yeah, is there any rogue player somewhere? By the way, is the sound good? Let me know in chat if sound is good. I will just go combat to start. I really like riposte, so I think we should go for that first. What do we have left from quests? Maybe can I craft those? I can. Nice. Let's start with the alchemy quest. You have to level remorseless attacks for a critical strike on your shadow strike. It combos well with black poison dagger. My black poison dagger. What is black poison dagger? Is that a poison I still need to learn? And you don't know what you oh, I see, I see. It's here. Okay, so with all those back slots, we can actually venture into the Benetil Hollow. Might still die though, but at least we can carry things. Where is that alchemy quest? Dolinar. What else do we have? So we go to Darnassus, complete this one, then Lake Alamet. Yeah, and this too. This is in the Benetil Hollow, and this is near Darnassus, and this too. Alright, so let's start.
What brings you here?
Wow, okay. Can I learn something new already? But alchemy isn't here, is it? No. It's over there. Let's start with training some alchemy. Go to the lake. Go to Benetil. The Paladin PvP video was called epic, ironically, yes. However, in a way, it's really something epic to do, I feel. It got a lot of views very quickly. Now it died down a little bit, but I'm almost near 10,000 views, which is the highest I ever got. I hope it will probably go to 10,000, but it got a lot of upvotes and a lot of downvotes, so I guess some people like the trolling style of video, some don't, but it's bound to happen if you post things on Reddit, I guess. Well, I didn't show any PvP combat, did I? So was just getting out of combat and basically, like someone in the comments said, it's basically the ultimate fuck you to Horde. Bubble out, and they can't do anything about it. Do I like Daft Punk? I don't like it. I don't dislike it. It's okay. I just thought the remix was really nice, and it also was the right rhythm for the dancing night elves. What am I doing here? Open Skull, isn't he over there somewhere? I think he is. Maybe if I read the quest it probably says so. Southern Bank, yeah. And then what else did we get? Planting the Heart. Oh, that's just here. Okay. So we should go now to the Benetel Hollow. Yeah. I'm not sure if I can solo the Elite as a rogue. Yeah, I usually don't put videos on Reddit. I sometimes do, but yeah, oftentimes they get downvoted quickly because Reddit somehow is... it's kind of a toxic community in a way. I don't know. But this one got upvoted on Reddit. I think it got over 300 upvotes, which I never saw on any of my videos on Reddit. So the trolling style probably suited Reddit for one time. It's because it was such a troll video that I put it on Reddit too. Is the music versus microphone sound, is that okay? It's been a long time since I picked herbalism as a profession. On my paladin I didn't pick herb or mining. I had skinning to level up and then switched it up to blacksmithing and enchanting, so didn't run after those yellow dots on the minimap. But I think for a rogue it's kinda good to have alchemy, and rogue spells also use certain herbs. So I think it's never bad to have. What is silent though? Is it the microphone or is the music silent? By the way, if you didn't do it yet, feel free to subscribe or follow, rather, on Twitch too. Don't have many followers there, but it's never bad to have more. Not entirely sure how I can see my amount of followers on Twitch. By the way, while at it, also like the stream, please. I think it should help the YouTube algorithm. I noticed something very weird when I was uploading the last GMA. So the day before I uploaded the Paladin PvP video, and it was skyrocketing in views. When like 100 views every 10 minutes, and then when I uploaded the new video, the GMA video 37 I think it was, the view count suddenly dropped on the Paladin PvP video. So I wonder if YouTube algorithm put it somewhere in a lower priority list for whatever reason, maybe because it wasn't the newest video anymore. So that's definitely something to look for when I ever post a new video again. Don't post a new one too quickly if the other one is still going up. Not that I have any plans for a video right now. I don't know what to make, so then I shouldn't make anything, I think. So far it has been quite a herbalism stream. So 34 crits. That's almost as much damage as my level 60 paladin does. I think I posted it 24 hours later, something like that. I should have brought more of those files, but I can handle without it, I guess. What's this? No. How long am I planning to play? I don't know. 1 hour, 2 hours? Whatever feels good. A little bit of a headache, so probably not too long. And tonight should be GMA 2 on Cargo stream. If Defcamp reads the message, but I guess he will. I've been watching The Witcher show on Netflix today, but I already tried the first episode a few days ago, but I don't know, it's a little bit boring in my opinion. Many people like it, but I don't feel it yet. I will give it one more episode. I probably watch the entire thing, but yeah, it's nothing like some people compare it to Game of Thrones, but don't really think it's the same kind of epic storytelling or world or whatever. Maybe I should first look into it more, because I didn't like Game of Thrones either when I just watched the first 2 episodes. I'm trying to figure out how I can see the amount of followers on Twitch. Oh, I found it. I'm not sure if I'm going to Westfall. I might. Actually, I want to go to Westfall because it's a lot more fun to do than staying at Darkshore, but Darkshore is a lot easier to get experience. I guess I will go to Westfall, do the Dead Mines, kill Thankleaf. I can do both though. Damn it, that heal. Remember, this place, it's pretty hard on Classic, but it was even harder on private servers where you had the dynamic respawns. Remember dying here a lot, and even in parties of multiple people. But since I'm all alone here now, and I don't think the dynamic respawns are on now, it should probably be easier now. And I usually come here as a hunter, which at that level most of the time doesn't have a mount yet. A pet, of course. Why didn't I like Game of Thrones? I liked Game of Thrones. I just didn't like it when I only watched the first 2 episodes. I had to watch the first episode like 5 times, and I did that over probably multiple months because I couldn't get into it. And there's also a huge amount of characters that you need to learn in order to be able to follow, which is something it's kind of hard for me to watch a series with too much characters in it. After a while you get used to it, but still need to watch it sometimes. I think the books would probably suit me better. And also I didn't, I used to enjoy the Game of Thrones a lot until I think the last 2 seasons, where I didn't even watch it anymore. I will probably do it in the future sometimes, but I don't know. There was one of those seasons where really nothing happened in the first 7 episodes, and then the last one, everything suddenly came together, and then it was over. So you had that build up for 6 to 7 episodes where literally nothing happened to then get over it in one episode. That's something I really dislike, by the way, with new TV shows. They usually go with such short seasons. Need to take care here, 2 healers. But if you remember series like what's it called, Prison Break, where you had like 20 episodes in the first seasons, they also made a new season recently with like 8 episodes, and it's not so deep. This character building, storytelling, it's way less deep, and it takes away from that series. I like the last what's it called, season, but it's not the same as the first few seasons. And Game of Thrones is always as short, but the first seasons in Game of Thrones, they have not that huge build up into one climatic episode. It's more evenly spread. But then season 5 apparently that had well, just I rather have 15 or 20 episodes, and then it can be slow. I don't mind, but then you have such a deeper storytelling, which makes it a lot better. Did I see Billions? I don't know what Billions is, so no. So nothing leather. There we go. Ask for it, and then it drops. We have 12 people watching combined on YouTube and Twitch, which is nice. It's probably just 10 though, but still nice. Jesus, that's not good. Wasn't really paying attention. Evasion is such a good move. No need to sprint if you have evasion. That's kinda annoying. That curse of weakness. So if I remember well, there should be another thing over here. Yeah, quests. close. I think this one is that the quest that has such a low drop rate. I think it is. Need to kill the shamans. Yeah. You can play WoW Classic with an average computer, yes. I think you can play it on a non-gaming computer. It usually, I don't know how it is now, but Blizzard used to have the policy that games should be able to run on basically any computer. It changed a little bit maybe, but Classic isn't such a... Oh, nice, leveled. Classic isn't too hard to run. You're not playing Classic right now, I suppose. For those kind of mini bosses, I should probably open up in stealth with backstab instead of this. This is another instance of where the healing pots really come in handy. I really think alchemy is such a good profession to level a rogue. Classic is really calming, it is. I kinda like playing competitive games, like RTS style games. Sometimes like to play things like League of Legends or Heroes of the Storm, but not very much. But RTS is really nice because you can play 1v1 and train even if you're not with 5 friends or so. And it's also multiplayer, so I never play those games against PCs, which I think is a little bit dull. But when you play things like RTS, it's always competitive, and while that's nice, it's also less relaxing because you always have to be at your best, and playing at decent levels requires you to have quite a lot of focus and actions per minute and stuff. While in Classic you can just relax, look at the game a bit, hang around, go get a drink. Doesn't really matter as much. Just really nice, and everything you do in WoW, and that's in any MMO of course, anything you do, it really helps you out in the long run. So even if it's just for 5 or 10 minutes, if you kill 2 mobs you gain experience. So nothing really is lost progress. Well, except in BFA where you don't have any progress, but I think I have to come back to kill Rage Claw claw after, I think, Relics of Awakening. I'm not entirely sure. There's a shaman over there, so keep on killing those. I've never been here with so much backspace. It's insane, really. Is there any plans for a new expansion pack for retail? Yes, for retail there is. It's called Shadowlands. And well, we don't know what it brings, of course, because every expansion, I hope it goes back a little bit to how it was in Classic. I think they brought very, very minor things in BFA, but not enough, not nearly enough. And from what I read, Shadowlands looks decent. It brings some classic design concepts back. But at the same time, it's still retail, and the game changed so much that it's not even close to what Classic is. So I'm not really sure if it will be, even if they bring back design decisions from the past, I'm not sure if that's enough for me to have fun in that game, but I will probably try it out. The thing is, I think many people expected a new class or a new race, but there's no new class. Probably they thought there were enough classes already, which is true in a way, but then again, a new class is always nice. They need to keep classes unique, which is one of their problems. I don't think the problem is they added too many classes, though. It's more like how they added or removed spells, actually, from existing classes. What kind of class would I like? Something I would like is some kind of hunter without a pet. I know there's talent Lonely Wolf, where you can play your hunter without a pet, but I would rather have a ranged bow class, like a hunter, but more like a survivalist in a way, where you don't need a pet and where your primary focus is long range damage with your bow. I guess that's too close to a hunter, though. When they revamped the hunter, where they added a melee hunter, survival hunter, which I think is a really nice idea, by the way, and that came from Classic originally. And when they did that, I think there was an opportunity to make one of the specs go without a pet, but they didn't do it in the end, which is a shame. Not like Sylvanas. Sylvanas is shadow damage and stuff. Don't want to be a dark shadow hunter. Rather have the ranger style. Actually, a ranger class would be cool. Some kind of, how would you describe that? Some kind of mix between Aragorn, like this character, and Legolas, where you have just a survivalist who can fight with two weapons, or fight with one weapon, or with a bow, but more like the lonesome survivor without a pet, where you're on your own in the wild, basically that kind of play style. Yeah, ranger. Right, so this is in Dolonar. So I guess we keep grinding the shamans. Ooh, didn't make that. I don't think they will bring out new races because they did the allied races thing, which I highly dislike. Allied races are basically reskins of what they have already, so I wouldn't mind real new races though. But I feel like all the animations in retail from all the races, they kind of look too much the same. So basically, you can't, well, I can't really see the difference between a night elf and a human if I look at them from a distance, in retail that is. When they come close you can obviously see it, but in classic it's way more distinct. Oh, there it is. That went rather smooth still. Where do we complete it again? I think this way. Yeah. Allied races are, for example, you can be, I think, a dark iron dwarf. So that's just a dwarf, but then dark iron version. They have some, well, they look slightly different, so they have some darker skin types or some different hair types or whatever. And in order to become an allied race, I think you need to gain reputation with certain factions. So it's basically a reputation grind, and then you can make a new race, and you have to level it up. And the leveling process is really dull and awful in retail. So yeah, the allied races are not really my thing. And that's also a reason, as long as the leveling process is as stupid as it is in retail, there's really no point in bringing out new classes or new races, because I wouldn't want to level one anyway. But I think Shadowlands might, I'm not sure, but it might solve that, since the level cap went to 60 again. By the way, in case you don't know, if you want to play Classic, you don't have to buy any game. So you can basically play it as long as you have a subscription. So no need to buy retail or whatever. I think after I complete this quest I have to kill Rageclaw, and I think I'm done then in here. And then we can go to Darnassus, or do the quest close to Darnassus, and move on to the next area. Look at all the backspace, man. It's insane. Cheater? Why? Oh, with all the backs, you mean? I got your backs too, Bob, but someone, I think, who was it? Was it Andril? I think it was Andril, or who was it? Anyway, someone sent me a lot of 12 slot bags, which is really nice. Wait, I need to do something. What is it exactly that I have to do here? The previous one is dead, and there's a new one already. I know, Bob. But I will use your bags in the bank, so they will still have a use. There's one right here. Jesus, what's up with those respawns? I should probably try to get some decent weapons, but for now, they will do. I'm almost doing the same damage as my holy paladin at level 60 anyway, so... One step, no. Or swords. But I like daggers more. But swords. I guess I go with the rope and go with daggers. Does it really matter while leveling, or should you just pick whatever has the best stats? Let's get out of here. If there's any expert rogue in chat, not really sure if I should keep with the same weapon type while leveling. I plan on going daggers if I ever reach end game this character. But in the meantime, I guess you can do whatever you want. The problem is you have to level 2. Well, it's only 2 anyway, so 2 weapon skills, I wanted to say. Lots of grace, lots of gold. It's good. Maybe I should keep that. Not sure. Right. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, it would be very, very kind of you if you would first like the stream on YouTube and then also check out Twitch and follow me on Twitch. It would be awesome. Ursula Mahler. Oh yeah, that was over there somewhere, I guess. I think so. It's been a while. Well, not that long actually. I leveled the hunter. So yeah, I think I should, I will level up to level 12 for sure today, and then maybe keep going until 13, not sure, we'll see how it goes. Right, 40. And now we need to get this 80. I hope no one got the wool market like Cargos did. Would be annoying. Let's see, I think we can sell these. Probably should get a few more files so I can make an elixir of strength. Line strength even. Isn't that nice? All those potions, all those buffs. What else can we make? Probably one more of those. And yeah, one more of those. Great. What's next? Guess we can do these, or try at least. And this one is, where is that? Northwest, so there. Okay, let's go this route. I don't think I will hit level 60 quite as fast as Cargo is doing right now with his Paladin, but I will hit it eventually and be proud of it. Gonna get a food buff too, to conquer the elite. Is this a safe spot? Maybe. A rogue in a rope. That's kind of weird though. Have I ever tried any other MMOs? A friend of mine started playing Star Wars, The Old Republic. I never played any Star Wars games. I was playing WoW when they came out, and didn't feel like switching to an oh, nice, I can get those. I didn't feel like switching to another MMO back then. And right now I don't really think Star Wars really is an MMO I want to be playing. I did try a few other MMOs, most notably Guild Wars 2, which I was really hyped for, but in the end the game really failed for me. So, and I think Guild Wars 2 didn't fail, like people still play it, but with the prod public it kind of failed. I think people expected different things from it, and it didn't deliver on that. They promised like an epic PvP scene with esports and stuff, and I tried it. It wasn't even that fun to do, so yeah. The leveling also felt a little bit dull, so I also played Wildstar. A line of coke off screen? No. What the fuck? No, I have a little bit of a cold. That's what I did off screen. Anyway, Wildstar is, or was, I think it's taken down. Wildstar was the next big vanilla-like MMO. I tried it for a week and then got bored of it. That was, I think, back when Mist of Pandaria was almost at its end. So no, other than those, I didn't really try any MMOs. I was way too hyped for Guild Wars 2, and it failed so badly. so that was not really good experience. So I'm trying not to get hyped for any MMOs I didn't play. Wildstar I wasn't even hyped for, I just wanted to play an MMO, and Mist of Pandaria in the end wasn't doing it anymore. So I thought, let's try Wildstar. They promised a classic experience with 40-man raids and stuff like that. But yeah, didn't feel like the same. The world wasn't as fun. Classes weren't as fun. You don't like MMOs? I only like WoW so far, so I'm not sure if I like MMOs then. I guess I do, but only certain MMOs. I think MMOs are huge. Ooh, I was clicking the wrong spot, the wrong button. So that's not. Oh, this is not going well. Getting out of here. What I want to try out is Age of Empires 4 when it comes out. But I used to play Age of Mythology a lot, and I played a lot, not really, but I played Age of Empires 3. I played Age of Empires 2, not very much though, but Age of Mythology I really liked, and I'm kind of looking forward to a new Age of series. The question is, when will it ever come out? Not so sure if I can kill this on my own. Don't think I can actually. Oh, maybe I can. Okay. Phew. Don't think I could have done it without alchemy. Well, I definitely couldn't have done it without a potion. Nice. One more armor. I have Age of Mythology on Steam too. I sometimes play it, and I thought of streaming it last time, but I don't know. This is kind of a WoW channel. I might stream Age of Empires 4 when it comes out, but Age of Mythology is, well, maybe I could stream it one day, but it's kind of old though. And the Steam version, it's not really great. I never tried Civilization though. But Civilization, if I'm correct, I might be wrong though, but I think it's not as much of an RTS, like a military game. It's more like an economy-based game. It's turn-based even. Okay. It's not really my style. I like card games though, like Hearthstone. I didn't play Hearthstone for a while, but still, conceptually, it's nice. So he's all the way in the back, this Ursel, if I remember correctly. Heroes of the Storm, well, people are still playing it, but it was never really a big game, but Blizzard actually kind of killed it, because they decided from one day upon the other to not spend any more resources in esports for Heroes of the Storm, and I think those kind of games like League of Legends, those MOBAs, they really need an esports scene to be successful. So I still like the game. I didn't play it anymore since they removed the esports scene, which is kind of stupid if if you think about it, because I never ever was going to do any esports, but just the mere fact that there isn't a high level esports scene anymore, that takes away from the fun in trying to get better in the game. So I think it's probably a mistake of them not doing any sort of esport anymore for Heroes of the Storm. Even if it's like small tournaments, I think many people actually left when they announced it, which is it's a shame, because in my opinion it's way more fun to play and to watch than League of Legends. But yeah, the difference is people play League of Legends and people don't play Heroes of the Storm, so I guess League of Legends is doing something right, where Heroes of the Storm is doing it wrong. And don't think I'll like Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game. I don't know. League of Legends card game? Didn't know it was coming. But no, I'm probably not going to play a League of Legends card game. If I play a card game on PC, it's most likely Hearthstone. I tried out the Witcher card game. What's it called? Gwent, I think. It's decent, but card games are those kind of games where you either have to play them a whole lot or put a lot of money into them in order to get all the cards, and well, it's kinda a game where you need to invest a lot of time into it, so you can't really play multiple card games, and I don't think you can combine it very well with anything else if you want to play it at any decent level at least. Yeah, the Pokemon trading card game is it's a good card game, I think. It's also free to play, so you can't even invest any money in it online, so that's something. But the app isn't really that great either, so yeah. But it's a nice card game, I think. Same problem though, you cannot play multiple card games at once, I don't think. You have to invest And since Classic WoW came out, I didn't really play the Pokemon trading card game anymore online. I didn't play any Pokemon game anymore since, I don't know what's it called, but for a long time. I was tempted to try out Sword and Shield, but I don't have a Nintendo Switch, is it? Is it a Switch? And I don't want to buy any for a game I probably quit playing after a week. What I would like to see is, well, either Classic being successful for a long time and having the Burning Crusade, or more Classic WoW kind of patches, I guess, like Classic Plus, or even N. A new MMO would be nice if it's in the fantasy scene, so not something spacey or something like Overwatch team. I don't like that. But a Lord of the Rings MMO is being made, and that's really nice. I think a Game of Thrones MMO would be cool too, because the world is really nice to play around in, I think. But it has to be a good MMO, like Classic WoW, basically. Okay, let's get out of here. What's that? Earth root. Let's get the Earth root and get out of here. Or no, let's just get out of here. I guess you're right, Bob. I think the next MMO we play is most likely the Burning Crusade, and I'm not mad. I think I'm actually grateful that we can play it again, because it's a good MMO, and we already know it's a good MMO. So there we go, level 12. MMOs need to tick a couple of boxes for me to be good, and the first thing is it has to be a fancy team. I think Star Wars team would be okay, but I prefer a fancy team. And then next up, it has to have like the classic design philosophy, and if it doesn't have it, then well, it's a no-go. And it shouldn't have any microtransactions like retail has, or certain MMOs even have more. TBC's Burning Crusade is the first expansion of Classic WoW. Also, MMOs are made, or they basically, if an MMO doesn't have enough people, it kinda turns people away from it, and they tend to die, which is a shame sometimes, but that's how it is. So TBC is the Burning Crusade. It's a classic. It's a World of Warcraft expansion. What would I prefer, Classic Plus or TBC? I think I want to play TBC first, But I'm not sure. I would be happy with either. Classic Plus would be extremely interesting if they do it right. So let's break this down a little bit. If we get TBC, we know what we get, and we know it's a good game that we get. And I really want to play it again. So TBC would be a safe bet. If we get Classic Plus, it can be insanely good, or it can be extremely crappy. Being able to play on my classic characters, playing on my paladin, and being able to level those guys up to 60 and have more content for them, that's something that's probably better than playing TBC in a way. But it has to be good content, right? So if they can do so much wrong. They could simply add a new raid tier, which would be a good step already, but I feel like they have to add more than just a new raid tier. They have to add things to keep people interested. Maybe things like new types of enchants or new types of things for any profession. Maybe new battleground, new reputation to farm to get some new best in slot gear. Maybe even a new profession would be cool. Things they added in expansions, but then new things that they could add to classic. I think things like more competitive PvP, like arena, would make sense. But then they have to rebalance. But I think as soon as they add new content to the game, they can also start messing with the balance a little bit, like they did back in the day. But it's such a fine line to walk. So it's really, if they do it right, please, yes, bring new patches, bring new content. There's actually a lot more that they can do than just adding raid tiers or professions and stuff. I think they can go a lot further with adding new dungeons, adding new kinds of resistance gear that you need in certain raid tiers, and new kinds of questing hubs or zones even with specific reputation gains or whatever gains where you can get those types of resistance gear that you need. I think resistance gear is something that's being underused in the new game, and it's an easy way to add new content to the game, to add new things to do, without actually the need to buff gear. So if you add a new raid tier, you always have to increase the power to make it interesting to go to that new raid tier, and that's a given. So there will always be power increase, which is okay because it's an MMO and you're meant to go up in power. But you can also add things like resistance gear where you don't necessarily go up in power, but where you still need to farm those things, and you can do that in a lot of ways. You can use reputation like they do, you can use professions, but you can also use entirely new questing zones where you have to go through certain quest lines or certain dungeons maybe, then where you can have attunements for. So you can add so much new content without actually increasing the power. So I think it's important. Something that vanilla really does well is adding new raid tiers without invalidating the old raid tiers, and they do that by having certain items in certain slots that stay relevant for a really long time. Some items stay relevant until the end of next Rammus even, and that's good as long as just a few items. Part of the reason they can do that is because we have 40 people in a raid and only X amount of drops in each raid, so it takes longer for people to gear up, and certain of those drops have low percentages, so even by the time we are reading AQ40, there will still be some loot in MC that's relevant. So that's a good thing. That's also a bad thing, because you have to keep doing the alt raids. You don't really have to. As long as they don't overdo it, I think it's a good thing. Actually, a new patch brings extra content, while in retail you could say a new patch just brings new content and all the old content is invalidated. I never played RuneScape, so I don't know. I think that it would be cool if they went with a more horizontal approach in adding content, opposed to what they did with expansions, where it's more like a vertical approach, where you go up in power level, go up in level, do it all over again. I think it would be nice to have some way of adding new raids and dungeons, where you go through the dungeon gearing process like every 2 years or 1.5 years or whatever, but in new dungeons, and then go through a couple of raids again, but without actually the need that's actually the need of leveling up. Hello, Dramonicus. Target dummy. So I can actually use backstep now. Anyway, it's something I would have liked instead of the expansions they came up with is, let's say we have vanilla as it is right now. You have the dungeons with the gear grind you can do to get your previous rating gear, and then you go into Molten Core, go into Black and Glare, etc. So you have that. It would be nice to have an expansion for Classic without actually the need to go to level 60 or 70 rather, without the need to get everyone to a new continent where the old world is left like a desert like it used to be. And what they could have done then is add a new amount of dungeons with some great gear in, where you need to go through the dungeons in order to be able to do the next raid tier, because the gear from the previous raid tier isn't good enough. And they can do that with adding more stats to it, but they can also add new specific stats, like I said, with resistance gear. So by doing that, you would have the ability to go through the dungeons, new type of dungeons, and probably some of the old dungeons again, also by adding new gear to the old dungeons, and do that dungeon grind again for like a few months. And they could do that every 1.5 years. And then the old raids like Molten Core, for example, would become irrelevant because the new gear is totally outclassing it. And that's totally fine, because Molten Core would have been irrelevant for up to 2 years maybe. And then keep going from there. So you have some kind of dungeon and then raid cycle, and then new dungeons and new raid cycle, without going up in level, but just adding different stats to the gear. It can be something different than resistance gear. It could be whatever certain stat that you need to defeat a certain boss. Some kind of resilience gear like they added later. But then PvE oriented, things like that. I guess there's a reason they added levels instead of doing it this way, but it's interesting to think about when it comes to Classic Plus. Ooh, first screen drop. I can't use it, but still nice. Something I would like is some kind of dungeon set like we have, but actually with good stats. So you can grind to a certain set and look cool. Same though with the tier sets in Molten Core and Black Glare. For Paladin they really aren't that good and they look cool, but the stats suck. So that's something if they would make Classic again from scratch, that's something they should change. I think no changes though, but if you can make changes, would be nice to make dungeon sets and tier sets relevant for all classes.
I am honored. Farewell.
Where is it? There. Let's first go to Darnassus and then back to Dolinar. Or I'm not actually sure what the follow-up quests are, so I might be going totally wrong in the wrong what's that? Peace Bloom. In the wrong order, but yeah. Hello, Bay. Walking around looking like a guy with a slime. I guess that rogue quest gives a dagger. I think Bob told me last time. So I should probably have done that way earlier. Bob, are you talking about my headpiece on my paladin? Because I kinda like it. So if you're watching the stream and you weren't like an hour ago, feel free to like the stream, and it would be also extremely kind to follow on Twitch. I can post the link to Twitch in chat. There you go. Thanks for following, Ship. Need one more and then I have 10 followers on Twitch, which is not a lot, but it's a start. So we have two quests over here.
Here there. Be good.
There we have in Ferndar, selling enchants.
What brings you here?
That's the site of our server. Makes you feel at home if you see him spamming in the chat, doesn't it? Am I the only person with trade chat on? I don't think so.
Speak quickly, young one. I have urgent matters to attend.
It's weird, but they play troll music over here. With, like the drums and stuff. It's probably not weird if you know that Night Elves came from the trolls. But, never heard it before. So let's go and learn some new rogue moves. Level 12, so. So the cool thing is I explored this region, this cave, for the first time last time on stream, and I never ever knew it was here before. So in the 15 years I played this game, I never came here before. What do we have? Parry, nice. Kick, it's great. And backstab, which I can't really use solo, but still nice. Does it update automatically? It does. So, what do I do here? I have to go back. Right. Alright, I think I'm going to call it a day here and start with that rogue quest next time. Yeah, seems reasonable. I gained 2 levels today, so that's good. Good progress. Right. I guess I'm going to find me a cozy spot here. And I'm going to log out over here. So thanks a lot for watching. Has been a good stream so far. And yeah, I think we had like 11 viewers at some point, which is kind of nice for a leveling stream. See you later. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.